Welcome to our mindful cycling ride. As always, our goal with these rides is to use the movement form of cycling as a way of becoming present, focusing the mind, reducing stress, and practicing embodiment. Our goal is to be as present as possible in the body, breathing, but also working hard on the bike in a mindful and focused way. Our rides are for anybody that has an indoor bike at home. If you're on the Peloton, you can use Just Ride and join us that way. If you have another kind of bike, you can just follow along on your laptop or your phone. Right now, I'd like you to sit up, adjust your resistance so it's really light, extremely light. Just let your shoulders and your arms be pulled down towards the floor with gravity. Your legs moving about 60, 70 RPM. Just trying to loosen up the muscles a little bit. Come on back down to the handlebars now. And just rest your hands on the handlebars. No need to hang on to them. You can just rest them there. I usually rest on the heel of my hand. Your fingers are free. Your shoulders stay away from the ears. You have a nice gentle bend in the elbows. And now maybe take a deep breath from your relaxed belly. A lot of times people tighten up their abdominal muscles and hold their belly in. There's no need to do that. If we relax those abdominal muscles, we can pull air in. With the diaphragm. Just add a tiny little bit of resistance now. Just a tiny bit. And see if you can sense that engagement in the muscles of your legs. We should be noticing now a little bit of warmth coming into the muscles of the legs. Let's slowly bring our leg speed up now to about 85 to 90 RPM, keeping your shoulders relaxed and your elbows bent. Let's sit up together again. Go ahead and shake your arms out. Returning to our handlebars now, again sending your hands gently on the bars. Using this very light resistance you have, let's accelerate the legs up a couple times to a little over 100 RPM. Keeping the resistance exactly the same. The speed of this song is 108 RPM. If you can, match that. If you can't, that's okay. We want to keep the hips very stable and settled in the saddle. Now slowly legs down again. Notice what that did to your breathing and your heart rate. Let's come back up to a little over 100 if you can do it. Keep your hips very stable. If you want, you can watch my hips. They stay very planted on the saddle. Now slow your legs down again. Notice what your breathing is doing right now. See if you can sense the warmth in your leg muscles now. Even with light resistance, that fast pedaling will get our heart rates up. See if you can match the rhythm of this song with your pedal speed. Sometimes it's helpful to close your eyes and just sense the rhythm of the music. If you have a computer on your bike, or you're just curious, this is about 97 RPM. Let's slow our legs down, catch our breath for a moment. We're going to return to that pedal speed, but before we do, add just the tiniest amount of resistance. Just enough that you feel it in the legs. Not a whole turn, not a half turn, even just a little bit. And we're going to come back up to 97 RPM in 3, 2, 1. Bring your leg speed back to 97 now with this little bit more resistance. Now I want to ask you, how does this feel in the muscles of your legs? You should feel the work being done. You should be able to easily hold this rhythm, but at the same time you notice your heart rate coming up and your breathing picking up. Slow your legs down again. Add a tiny little bit of resistance. We're going to return now with this new resistance to 97 RPM. In 3, 2, 1. Bring your leg speed up again. This time, we'll start to feel a little bit more in the muscles of the legs. It's more work being done. Remember to breathe through a relaxed belly. Now slow your legs down, reduce your resistance again. Notice what your breathing is doing. Notice what effect that had on your heart rate. So now I would like us to visualize a nice flat road. One that we know really well. With no cars or stop signs or stoplights. I want you to bring your leg speed and your resistance up. So it feels like we're moving along with real purpose on this flat road. I sometimes say, this is exercise level. If you were out on a bike on this flat road, you would think to yourself, this is challenging to hold this speed on my bike. I don't have a specific rhythm for you, but you should be in the 90 RPM range. You can match my legs if you'd like. These are about 90 RPM. Let's quiet our minds down now. You're welcome to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. Notice any stressful thoughts that come to your mind and just let them go. Come back to your breathing, to the music. Let's start to pay attention to the circular pedal stroke, shall we? See if you can notice the different muscle groups engaging in the different parts of the pedal stroke. Back to that road we're visualizing.
Some days I'm in my feelings, in some ways I'm still healing.
Now for just 30 seconds, let's add in a gear that at this pedal speed, we couldn't hold for 5 minutes. Couldn't do it. Same pedal speed, more resistance. Your time to exhaustion is at max. 5 minutes. Set that resistance that feels that way to you. These are beautiful efforts on a bike. You can really feel the muscles engaging. See if you can notice that pulling through at the very bottom of the pedal stroke. Like scraping mud off the ball of your foot. Beautiful. Let's lower our resistance. Slow our legs down. Beautiful work there. We're going to just catch our breath now for a second. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm very sweaty now. My heart rate's up, my breathing's up. Coming up, we're going to climb 2 songs, 7 to 8 minutes. So before we start the climb, let's talk about what that feels like. An 8-minute long climb will be heavy on resistance, rather slow in our cadence, in the 60 to 70 range. And within the first 30 seconds, our legs start to hurt. And the beautiful part of a climb is we decide to stay with it, in spite of the fact that our legs hurt. Now, a key to climbing is to be as focused as possible. I want you to just look 5 to 10 feet ahead of you on the floor. Maybe even close your eyes and just sense the rhythm. It helps you stay present in the moment. Let's add our resistance. And let's get our cadence set to the rhythm of the song. And let's determine how heavy we have this right now. You already know these 2 songs are about 8 minutes. So you should be thinking in your mind right now, I can do this for 8 to 10 minutes. It would be very hard. It makes me nervous, but I think I can stay with this kind of effort. So already the heart rate's coming up, the breathing's picking up. We're gonna stand. In a RevoCycle class, when we stand, we add massive resistance. We hold the rhythm and then we stand up into it with our body weight. Hands are outboard, resting lightly on the handlebars as we do that. Upper body is tall. In 4, 3, 2, 1, add resistance. Hold your rhythm. Now come down into seated climbing. That'll hurt the legs. Your heart rate and breathing will be very high right now. Just stay with your rhythm. We're breathing from a relaxed belly right now. Beautiful. One short break. Reduce your resistance. Imagine you're in a little parking lot or something. Let's all check together how out of breath we are. I think you can hear my out of breathness. So we're halfway through the climb. I want you to take stock of how you felt in that first half. Think about how long you could have held that. Think about how out of breath you are right now. Think about your heart rate. We need to come to understand our bodies and be able to know what they're experiencing. So this is our mind-body practice to tune into those cues. All right, you ready for the second half of the hill? Let's get that resistance back in. We're going to go slightly faster with our cadence. If you'd like, you can make this second half a little less steep. You can take it down just a bit. Our cadence is a little faster. So if you turn it down a little bit, but keep this faster cadence, you're doing about the same level of work. I want you to notice where my hands are. They're in the middle of the handlebars, resting on the ball of my hand, or the heel, I should say, of my hand. My fingers are relaxed. You might start to feel an aching in the muscles of your legs. We're breathing deeply, focusing on only the next 5 to 10 feet, not looking up at the top of the hill. I made that mistake yesterday. I was outside riding up a long hill in a very hard gear, and my legs really started to hurt, and I was getting out of breath. So I took a glance up to where the top was, thinking I was getting close. I wasn't. I was halfway. And then I thought, can I even stay in this gear the rest of the way? And then I decided, stay in this gear, the hard gear, for the rest of the climb. You can do it. So I brought my eyes back down to 10 feet ahead of me. We're almost there now. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your elbows to be slightly bent. Feel the hips, the glutes, the lower back as they engage over the top of the pedal stroke. Beautiful. Dial your resistance down. Catch your breath for a second. Very light resistance now. Legs are turning very slowly. We have a 2-song climb in the books. Drink your water. Notice as your heart rate and your breathing slow. And when you feel ready, start to bring a little more speed into your pedal stroke. Keep the resistance extremely light. Beautiful work so far. Yeah, I looked down at my gears on that hill yesterday and I saw which gear I was in. And it was a hard gear. It's the hardest gear I've ever climbed that hill in because I always look. But boy, did I want to shift to an easier gear. But instead, I stayed with it. I did slow my cadence just a little bit. Which reduced the demand in my heart to deliver oxygen and sugars to my muscles. It's a little trick. Slow the cadence just a tiny bit. All right, sit up with me. Keep your resistance extremely light. Shake your arms out. Let gravity pull down on your shoulders. Let your spine hold your upper body upright. Your heart rate should be mostly recovered by now. Come on back to your handlebars. We're going to do a couple sprints. We're going to accelerate to about 110 RPM with resistance that's high. It's a type of effort you couldn't do for 40 seconds. We won't do it that long, but that's how it should feel. Meanwhile, keep your hips very stable on the saddle. High resistance, high pedal speed in 4, 3, 2, 1. Accelerate your legs. Add that resistance. It should feel like you're sprinting. Now, reduce your resistance, slow your legs. Take stock of how that felt. Notice what that did to your breathing and your heart rate. And let's think back. Could you have held that 40 seconds, or would that have been the absolute limit? If no, maybe take a little resistance out. If yes, but it would have hurt a lot, you're just about right. In 3, 2, and 1, let's sprint one more time. Notice my hips stay very stable on the saddle. Now reduce your resistance again, slow your legs. We often talk about out of breath scale. 1 being you're breathing normally, you can speak normally. 10 being you're so out of breath, you can't speak. A couple of sprints like that will get you to 8 or 9 out of breathness. And so now we have light resistance, very slow pedal speed. This is recovering our breath, letting the heart rate come down a little bit. And when your breathing is down to, say, a 2 or 3 on that 1 to 10 out of breathness scale, add in a tiny bit of resistance. And let's come back to flat road. Flat road means we're at 90 plus or minus a few RPM. We're moving through the air in a gear that takes work. The song's called Where the Wild Things Go. In terms of levels of work, we're at a moderate to low level right now. We're not trying to hurt the legs. We're trying to replicate moving along a flat road. Your heart rate is just coming up gradually. If you're out of breath right now, you have too much resistance. Turn it down. Keeping the same resistance you have, slow your legs down. If you need to, you can stand up, take a little pressure off your sit bones, stretch your calves. That's always okay. You can do that whenever you want. My legs are kind of tired from yesterday's long climb. My calves are tight. All right, one hard effort on this song. Your rhythm is going to be 60 RPM. And we're going to come out of the saddle for 30 seconds at very heavy, heavy resistance. So it's like we're standing into a short, block-long, steep climb. Just transitions suddenly. So we're on flat road now. When I give you the countdown, add huge resistance, get about 60 RPM, and then rise up into it and use your body weight to drive. In 3, 2, and 1. You notice I'm nice and tall. You notice my hands are pretty light on the handlebars. Feel those hips and glutes engage. In 3, 2, 1. All right, come back to very light resistance. Slow the legs. Maybe you're not used to extremely heavy resistance when you stand in your indoor cycling classes. I do know that a lot of times spin classes will teach you to come out of the saddle, high RPM, and you won't have a ton of resistance on, so you'll stand up for a long time. You can't do that on a bike. On a bike, you stand up because the hill's gotten so steep you can't turn the pedals anymore, or you're accelerating on a flat road, and it's extremely hard. You would never stay there for more than a minute or so. It's too hard. So if that's new to you, that's okay. Practice getting the feeling. We'll never stand for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We'll never do it. Get yourself a gear. It feels like you're out riding with friends now. You can imagine your friends to the left and right of you. If it's comfortable for you, you can close your eyes. And let's just together practice body awareness. Bring your attention to your neck. And notice where your gaze is naturally falling. It should be about 5 to 10 feet ahead. Your head shouldn't be down. Fairly upright. Now come down into the shoulders. Can you release any tension in the shoulders? Now move your awareness into your elbows, making sure they have a slight bend in them. And then we'll come down to our hands, just resting on the handlebars. They're probably sweaty now. I know my handlebars are slippery now. All right, sit up with me for a second. This will be our last working song. I want you to get around 83 RPM with your legs, match the rhythm of the song, get a gear, a resistance that you couldn't hold for 4 minutes. Couldn't do it at this rhythm. In 3, 2, 1, add that resistance. It's kind of a tricky rhythm, isn't it? You can match my leg speed. My heart rate is climbing already. My legs are hurting already. Now we won't hold it 4 minutes, I promise you that. You notice you're breathing up now, your legs hurt. This is perfect. Just a little bit to go. Dial your resistance down. Slow your legs. My breathing is 8 or 9 on a scale of 1 to 10. So now we have very light resistance. We're turning the legs very slowly. We're intentionally allowing the heart rate and the breathing to slow. Wonderful ride today. Remember, the goal is always to be as present as possible. Hopefully letting go of stressful thoughts about the future or the past. Being present through the body, working hard, aligning to rhythms of music. That's our purpose here. You should notice now your breathing has slowed quite a bit. Yeah, we challenged the legs today with climbing, sprinting, extended flat road pieces. Standing up in the saddle. You should notice now you're much less stressed than you were at the start of the class. And hopefully thinking more clearly, more alive, more awake. If your breathing has slowed down to, say, a 2 on that scale of 1 to 10 out of breathness, you can start to stretch your calves. If it hasn't yet, take some more resistance out and slow your legs even more until it has. And once it has, just go ahead and stand up and stretch your calves like this, just dropping the heels gently. And then switch positions. And after you stretch your calves, swing one leg over the bike, and then take a few minutes to stretch your quads like this. Both legs. And then we're going to use the top bar of the bike or the handlebars if you're more flexible than me to stretch the hamstrings. I'll let the music go another couple minutes so you can stretch with some music going. Great to have you here today. please like the video and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.